Predictions unfold. Halt Immigration, invisible enemy, new beginnings. Halting immigration temporarily due to unseen enemy is what I saw this morning on Wall Street Journal. The president's tweet was displayed. It says, today's date is April 21st, 2020, but I guess the tweet occurred on April 20th, last night at 10 p.m. And he used the word invisible enemy. This is Market Astrology and Horoscope. This is Yasko. Last week I talked about immigration issues and closed borders. In fact, my USA 2020 and the video entitled Ending Coronavirus, New Beginnings, I mentioned the word passports, immigration, legislation, and in the USA 2020 I specifically stated that our enemy won't be visible. I stated that the enemy could strike undetected. This is market astrology that I'm reading. I'm reading an astrological chart. It's a language, and it works. The president tweeted that exact word, invisible, or the words, invisible. That's the key word, invisible enemy. According to the Wall Street Journal report by their video journalist that I was watching this morning, the president could be facing legal ramification. At least that's my takeaway from this report. The president is trying to protect U.S. workers because of the 22 million surge in unemployment filings. The country needs all the work it can garner. If I'm not wrong, I think the report I heard is 22 million in the last 4 weeks. Yes, that's astoundingly outrageous, and the government has a lot on their shoulders. When will the weight get so heavy that backs will break? Reorganization of government or governments was already discussed in my USA 2020 prediction. According to the report, there's a drain of unemployment funds. If you go back to USA 2019, I specifically and most definitely stated the crisis with the pension funds and all other government funds. That is what this circumstance is all about. Virus, COVID-19, is what finally breaks the camel's back. See, astrologically speaking, Pluto conjunct Jupiter and Saturn, it's all about reorganization, big complex governments and corporations. Again, I'm reading my astrological chart. Jupiter is very ill placed in Capricorn. Jupiter is colossal and loves it, while Capricorn is lean. So that's like putting a gigantic thing in a small box. The box will collapse or get smashed to smithereens. Astrology is a language, and that's what I am reading. So here, Pluto means ending, death of something colossal, and Saturn means government, old and dying people, and traditional politics or politicians. What's happening in the nursing homes? Lots of deaths. Jupiter means a lot, means big or a lot of stuff. Pluto and Saturn both confirm each other's actions, namely endings and smallness, or getting smaller, certainly not big. What was also mentioned in ending COVID-19, new beginnings, in the USA 2020 videos, as well as something that comes from abroad or something that happens, is now actually unfolding. And I think one of them could be Kim Jong-un, because I did state that something from the outside or something from abroad. So there's going to be a lot of coverage by the media about something that has to do with abroad or international. international transactions, whatever. And this is the story that's unfolding. That I guess Kim Jong-un had a heart surgery and he was sick or something like that. There's a lot of pressure on the US dollar. At the oil patch, Russia and the OPEC countries tried to break the US frackers. So Russia and China would like to break free of US dollar's grip on oil. Of course, who won't, right? If you're not American. We have another round or test of the dollar's strength coming up in June and July. I give a summary, a snapshot or snapshot events that lead to August and September event in the video ending COVID-19 New Beginning. The hits on the dollar and pensions, entitlements, bonds, etc., etc., will occur one more time, and this year in June and July will be the last hits. But it will happen in June and July. Then we turn to legislation, education, communication, and all these are mentioned in the previous video on USA 2020. Positive event mentioned in April New Moon is the opening of Boeing. I mentioned transportation, manufacturing, technology sectors, aerospace is part of this, airline workers and the ongoing negotiations that's going well. These are all mentioned in the previous videos. I heard on the news that manufacturers will be the first to open doors to employment. Looks like we're moving forward. So, at the end of the trading day today is April 21st. The warning was there's a lot of fast action. So today is about cutting your losses. At least that I'm reading this. I'm not saying to do it. I'm just reading what I see. And that's what I see. Cutting losses. So if you move too fast, or traders get moved too fast and take a big loss, that's one way of taking losses. But anyway, it's about that. So be careful. I'll be back, and bye for now.